Was it gamesmanship or real life that right before the big game, Michigan-Ohio State, that you had rumors circulating that if Ryan Day, if he didn't win this game, he actually might be interested in the Texas A&M job?
I got a feel-good story for you. What else do you want the man to do? We're counting down the best plays. How do you define success?
George Wrighster.
When you're a college football fan and you know one loss either puts you out of your conference championship or out of the national championship conversation, unless you were highly thought of earlier in the year, boy, oh boy, it just heightens the intensity for all of these moments. And we're going to start with the moment that this weekend that had the most intensity, and that was Michigan, who beat Ohio State 30-24. And that sparked all sorts of rumors. Because you had, right before the game, said Ryan Day would not be interested in Texas A&M, but if they lose, that could change things. And you're like, wait, what? Ryan Day could get fired, essentially, from Ohio State or pushed out to then take the Texas A&M job? I'm like, okay, hold on. Make it make sense. Well, people pointed to, and you saw these graphics already built and ready to go. If you are the Ohio State coach, you are built and you are expected to beat Michigan. And that is number one, number two, number three on the list. And then it's, win a national championship too. But most and foremost, it is beating Michigan. And I've talked about this before because I have friends that are coaches, equipment managers, and everything in between. And they talked about how in this Ohio State-Michigan game, that it's not just mean and nasty in other rivalry games, because like the equipment people, the medical staff, they will help each other when they are playing other teams. But in here, nope, you got to get it with your muscles. You forget a screwdriver, somebody breaks a cleat, you need a new pad, whatever else, go ask somebody in the stands because we ain't going to help you. So go back to Ryan Day. He was hired to beat Michigan, but now he's 1-3 against Michigan and 0-3 in his last 3 tries. And in the college football playoff, he's 1-3, which it happens. You're not going to win a championship every year. Granted, he has no championships yet, but the reality is they're getting to the college football playoff. But here is the stat. He is 54-1 against all other teams besides in the college football playoff and when it comes to Michigan. That's it, 54-1. And you know who that one game was to? It was to the Oregon Ducks in the shoe. But still, 54-1. I want to know what their fans are actually looking at and what the expectation is, because any other fan base is going to take 11-1 every single year. They're gonna be like, all right, cool. If we know we'll get minimum 11-1, then we'll take that and we'll try to figure out how to get that one game, or things will bounce our way. And then we'll get a 12-0 season and an opportunity to play for a college football playoff, which they already have had the opportunity to 3 times under Ryan Day. But the thing that Ohio State people point to are the recruiting rankings. I mean, them, Alabama, and Georgia have the most talent on their rosters in terms of 5 stars, 4 stars, and it's not truly really even close. And Ohio State finished with one of the best classes of all time last year. The narrative becomes, oh, anybody would win those games that Ryan Day's winning. Anybody would with that amount of talent. Check Texas A&M and Jimbo Fisher. They have a lot of talent on that roster, and they're not winning games at that level. So the question that I always ask, and I've talked about this before you fire a coach, you got to ask yourself 2 questions. Whether you went undefeated in a season or you went defeated and went 0-12. You got to ask yourself the question. Number 1, is there a coach that I can guarantee that will do a better job than the guy I got right now? And if you're Ohio State, the answer to that is no. And the second question that you have to ask yourself is there a loss of hope? Like, can he go into recruits' homes and other coaches' homes when he's trying to recruit them to coach positions or offense or defense and sell them on the fact that the future is brighter than the past? And the answer to that question is a resounding yes, he can. So the idea that Ryan Day should be fired is asinine to me, even though prior to the season, I did hear from people around that program, yo, we got to take a look at Ryan Day if he loses to Michigan again. And then you throw in the whole sign stealing thing, and then Michigan still wins. Oh, bro, that's a bad look. But the reality is, Ryan Day did not throw 2 interceptions. Kyle McCord did. Ryan Day didn't miss a field goal. The field goal kicker did. And this year, I think, is especially troubling because Ohio State is not going to be able to backdoor their way into the college football playoff like they did last year in not winning their conference.